Hello, how you doing? Uh, my name is Cool Cooler. I'll be an inspirator for today. I'll try to let you know certain things that are not good for you, but you just do them because everybody's been doing them or you've been doing them since you were a little child and you grew up with that in your system and your ways of life, so you think is the right thing. You don't see any reason changing them. But if I touch some of these things that affect you, don't get mad at me. If you get mad, it means it really meant something to you. Get mad at why you're doing it, and then you can change it. Cause the only way you can get changed is when you're mad at something or you're excited. Those are the two things that can bring change to your life. So right now, I'm going to be talking to you about something that is very important. Something I wrote that makes a lot of sense, and a lot of people think this is the best thing that they have ever read or come across, people that have seen it or heard about it. And the topic for this poem or this motivational section is called, Are You a Slave? I know somebody will frown their face now and make faces and say, what is he talking about? I'm not a slave. I've never been one. I'm not saying you are a slave, like a chain you and walking around with you, forcing you to do certain things. But there's slavery in so many ways that people don't recognize. But today, I'm going to help you open your eyes so you see some of those things. And maybe if it makes you mad, you'll be able to change. If it don't make you mad, if you sleep in your bed after listening to this and don't think about it, don't worry, it's not for you. But if you go home or where you are right now, if it makes you mad or makes you feel different, then there's something in you that needs to be touched, needs to be changed. So the topic is, Are you a slave? Chains can be broken. It's by me, Cool. A slave is not only someone who is sold or used as a servant without pay, or someone forced to work under harsh conditions and uncertain circumstances with an unknown outcome. Anyone who is unable to make life-changing decisions and finds themselves stuck anywhere or in anything is a slave to what or which holds them bound. If your anger is uncontrollable and has been for a long time, you are unable to get rid of it, or you're able to control it, then you are a slave to anger. Do little things like comments people make, or little actions, or little words, or some things, situations, make you mad? You feel so mad that you want to do something crazy? That's a clear sign you're a slave to anger. If you're addicted to cigarettes and absolutely must smoke, despite seeing the Surgeon General warning which says cigarette smoking is dangerous for your health, this is a clear sign you're a slave, and it's slavery at its best. For you wouldn't buy any kind of foodstuff from the grocery store with the same warning on it. Let me ask you a question. If a smoker is not a slave to cigarette, why then does he obey the call to go outside in the freezing cold, in the winter time, during the heart of winter, just to smoke a stick of cigarette, when this same person cannot stay in the house without a heater on? They can't even have to drink cold water. They want to heat their water before they drink. They drink tea. They stay warm or bundled up. But you walk out and smoke a stick of cigarette? No, no, no. That's slavery at its best. Why can't he say no? Why obey the call? Because when your master calls, they go out to smoke that. In the heat of the summertime, when there's summertime, with a person turning on all the ACs in the house, in the car, drinking fresh cold water with ice in it, cannot even wear something hot, just wear some sleeveless all the time, I will tell people not to stay hot because it can be burnt and everything. You see the same people outside smoking, smiling and sweating under the scorching heat. This is crazy. If this is not slavery, what is it? Can you help me with it? How can you, that all you do is stay indoors with an AC, all of a sudden something makes you to go out to stand under the scorching sun just to smoke a stick of cigarette? Don't bother to answer the question. You know the answer. An alcoholic is a slave to alcohol. He's addicted to consuming several drinks every day. A bar full of drinks in a day is normal for him. Instead of feeling sorry for himself, he seems to be proud. Do eyes pluck him, yet they are unable to stop the urge of drinking. He's a slave of alcoholic beverages. Whenever the master calls, they have to answer the call to go and drink and become tipsy and talk trash, stupid thoughts, and feel proud about what they say about others. This is pure slavery because it makes you useless. You cannot drink until you don't know what you're talking. You don't even know how you drive your car. You just see yourself at home. Some people even sleep on the streets. This is really slavery. Some people are slaves to crack cocaine, marijuana, prescription drugs. They always want to get high. Come on. Why do you want to get high? You are already very important. You are a wonderful and fearfully made person. So what else do you want? You have the brain that can think 30 million things in a second. So you can do whatever you want with your brain if you know how to use it. You don't need to take something to go high. They even put their children into all this stuff and the kids grow up in that system. Some folks are proud users of curse words. Ignorantly proud of themselves, they fail to realize it makes them look and sound stupid. They sit in front of people they don't know, in front of kids, and they curse as much as they want. This is pure slavery. A human being deserves to be respected and honored. So how can you talk to a human being in that tone? How can you curse a human being? That is not right. It's a pity that people don't see and understand what they're doing and they think it's a cool thing. Ain't nothing cool in that. It just makes you look dumb in front of people. It don't make you strong. Be a man. Take off all those curses. Be a woman. Stop all those things and do what you're supposed to do. Thank you. Slaves to food. There are people that cannot stop eating. They eat now, and they're going around, they see food, they still eat. The food keeps calling them, come get me, come get me, come get me. They tell you, man, I don't feel like eating, I just saw myself eating. You're a slave to food. Start having self-confidence. If you can have self-confidence, you can control yourself from eating when you're already eating. So, if you see yourself doing this all the time, and people say, oh, he eats a lot, you're a glutton, that's a good way to let you know that you are a slave to food. Yeah. You see, there's a lot going on. People spend money on a daily basis. You know what? Buying things they don't need. They hear there's a sale here, they run around and buy this. They hear there's this, they go and do it. They just spend money when they don't need those stuff that they're buying. You know why? Because they're slaves to poverty. When the money's in your account, you got to spend it. It can't stay there. Because if it stays there, in the long run, it's going to grow and you use it for something better. So because you're a slave to poverty, it makes you go to your account, withdraw that money, and buy whatever you want to buy so that account will always be empty. This is a clear sign you're a slave to poverty. This is the time to stop and turn around. If you don't need nothing, why buy it? You got 50 shirts, you are going to buy number 51. When are you going to wear that 51 shirt? There's nothing wrong buying 51 shirts if you have more money in your account. But taking your last penny to buy a shirt that you already have some in the house, it don't make sense. There's so many things that I don't want to put into consideration. I don't want to talk about them right now, but you know better. I'm going to let you judge yourself on that. There are people who don't have time with family. On the road most of the time, either heading to this job or that job, appointments or days, kids are forced to grow up without meaningful relationships with their parents. They see their mom or dad once in a while. Oh man, this is a clear sign you're a slave to money. Because there's no time to sit at home and take care of this family. You always want to rush here and go there and do this. People think it's a cool thing, but that is slavery. We're slaves to money when you do that. It's time to start figuring how to do something better and get yourself out of that zone. Because when you keep going back and forth, it's called a rat race. You don't want to run a rat race, because rat race, you never stop running rat race and you'll never finish it till you die. And that is not my prayer for anybody. If you must spend most of your time discussing other people and can't help it, you're a slave to gossip. What kind of lifestyle are you having? You must talk about somebody? Oh no. And not even good stuff. Bad things. When somebody does something good, nobody hears. But when somebody does something bad, crying, the phone rings. Did you hear what he said? Did you know what they did? Oh, what a life. You want to text somebody. Oh, this guy messed up. This lady did that. Oh man. You want to call, you want to visit somebody just to talk negative things about another person. But let me tell you something. You that they are telling that negative thing to and you're laughing. When you're not there, that's how they'll talk about you. So don't entertain all the stuff. And so if you don't entertain it, they'll stop gossiping. Because anybody that gossip is a slave to gossip. It's impossible to be happy with yourself knowing you are in the wrong place, doing the wrong things. If you find yourself in a pit, it is wise to stop digging and get out before it is too late. Now is the time to examine your life. Are you a slave? What shackles hold you down? Break loose from them and be free. Never be bound by anything anymore. I know it's never easy, but recognizing it is a great first step. Then ask God to show and lead you out of it. Get help. People who try to do it by themselves usually end up worse off than when they started. Like we all say, all habits die hard. Our God is a God of impossibility. There's nothing too difficult for him. All it takes is belief and faith. I know you're going to get out of that slave zone and be a free man. Freedom is all we need. There's nothing nice as freedom. Thank you. My name again is Cool Kolo.